welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Princess, and I'm here today to share some information with you. So today's video will not be a makeup tutorial. Instead, I'm going to talk about an essential to have in your makeup kit if you're trying to become a freelance makeup artist. Now, I decided to do this video because this is something that I struggled with when I started, and it's something that I get a lot of questions about. So if you can tell by the name of the title, we're going to be talking about foundations to use in your kit as a startup freelance makeup artist. Now, when I first started, I used Black Opal, the sticks. What else did I use? I also used to go to MAC and I would get samples because I was a frequent face there. They saw me all the time. They knew who I was, so I would go in and get buku samples. I mean, like everything. So I would walk out there with a bag of foundation jars. So if I knew that I was doing a job and I would have models that I would be working with that I have never seen before, I had no idea what their color ranges would be, then when I was first starting off, I would go to MAC, you know, talk to one of the MAC artists there, and I would get buku samples, and those samples will help me through my job. Now, I got tired of doing that, and I got tired of feeling kind of roachy because it can be very expensive to buy multiple foundations, but it is essential to have a good range. What I suggest is that you find a brand that you like. Buy foundations that are, let's see, shades apart. So you don't want to buy, say for instance, if I was building my kit with MAC foundations, I wouldn't get an NC40 and an NC45. I would skip one over and I would get something that I can mix. So maybe like an NC50 and an NC40, mix it together and make an NC45. You see what I'm saying? So it'll save you money, and you can mix the products to get an NC45 instead of having an NC40, NC45, NC50. For me, when I was starting up, that was way too expensive. So what I did was I wanted to find foundation palettes, something that was compact, that I can carry around with me everywhere, that would have all the foundation ranges that I would need. So I went out on a crazy hunt to find the perfect foundation palettes. Now, there are different brands out there and different companies that have foundation palettes. Some of them are astronomically priced and some of them are very reasonable. One brand that I chose to go with is Graftobian. Graftobian is a very popular brand within the theater, and I guess, yeah, just a theatrical and maybe stage makeup. Their foundations are very good, highly pigmented. They come in a ton of colors, different undertones, warm, cool, and neutral, and most of all, they're very affordable. So I rambled enough. Let me check the time. Okay, I rambled enough. I'm sorry, I want to check the time. So let me just get right into showing you the products. So y'all are probably like, all right, woman, that's enough talking, show me the goods. Here they go. So in my kit, I have 3 foundation palettes. They look like this. Okay, Graftobian palettes. They're bigger. Well, compared to my hand, they're about the size of my hand. I have 3. They're in the color warm, neutral, and cool. And I'll just read you the back of the palette so that you can hear the company's description of the product. So these are the Graftobian HD Glamour Creme Super Palettes. It says that they're formulated to yield flawless high definition results whether or not you're in front of a camera. It also states on the back of the packaging that for a complete foundation color comparison chart correlating our HD creams with other brands with which you may be familiar, consult our website under Glamour and High Def Makeup. So Graftobian Makeup gives you a chart on their website that you can go to and do color comparison and find out exactly which one of these foundations in the palette fits you. So if I'm an NC45 in MAC, and if I want to go on their website and say, let me see which one of Graftobian's foundations will best fit me based on a product that I'm used to using, then you can do that. You can also do that with clients before you start their makeup process. You can talk to them, ask them what color foundations they usually use and which brand. You can take your iPad or your smartphone with you, look it up really quickly to get a color comparison on their skin tone so that you can properly match the foundation if you have trouble doing it by eye. The more you do foundation, the more clients that you deal with, the easier it will get to color match the foundations by the eye. Okay, and let me just show you the back. On the back, let's see if my camera will focus. Okay. On the back of the palettes, it has the name of the foundations as well. And each palette has 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Each palette has 18 foundations. That is pretty awesome. These palettes were under $70. I bought these about a year, maybe a year or two ago. I can't remember the exact price. I know I paid about $69 or something like that, but they were under $70 before tax, so that's a pretty good value. 18 shadows. Yeah, 18 shadows for under $70. 18 high definition shadows. So this is high def foundation. So let me just show you the inside of them. And it does have a mirror, so I'm gonna try not to blind you, but this is my warm palette. Okay, so this is what my warm palette looks like. So if I can get up close. Okay, so this is what my warm palette looks like, and you can see the little holes in it from where I've used a spatula to scoop out the foundation. Now with these palettes, you want to be sanitary and you want to not stick your brush right inside of the foundation because you'll contaminate it. You want to use a spatula or some kind of tool to dig out the product. You want to put it on the back of your hand or use a mixing palette. But I recommend that you never dip your brush or your unclean hands into this palette because you'll contaminate it. You don't want different fungus and bacteria growing in here because it'll ruin your product, and you put it on your client's face and may break them out, and yeah, that's not a good look. So once again, I'll show you the warm palette. So that's the warm palette. Now I'll show you the cool palette. This is the cool palette, and it has some color correcting in here. Like there's some peaches and some oranges, which is pretty awesome. You can use those to color correct. And some of the palettes have really dark colors that you can use and mix, and the really dark colors are in this one. This is the neutral palette, and I just got some stuck my nail in there by accident. As you can see, this is a really dark foundation shade. So these palettes are awesome. They have such a wide color range. You can mix the shadows. What I really love about these, I'm sorry, not shadows, foundations. What I really love about these foundations, aside from the fact that they are high definition foundations, is that they are so pigmented that you can dilute them and they'll still give you good coverage. So these are cream foundations. However, you can mix them with foundation or mix in medium, or you can mist the client's face or your face if you're using it for yourself with some Fix Plus or some e.l.f. misting set to dilute the product down, and it'll still give you really good coverage. One thing that I love to do with these products is you can multitask with them. So say for instance, if you have a client that doesn't need a lot of coverage, but they do have really heavy circles under the eyes, maybe some hyperpigmentation around the mouth, but other than that, they don't need a lot of heavy coverage. Because these foundations are so pigmented, you can also double them up as concealers. So there's no need to go and buy a concealer palette and a foundation palette. Although I do have concealer palettes in my kit, with these, I could definitely forego it if I chose to, because once again, these foundations are so pigmented that you can apply them as a concealer because the color is that concentrated, and then you can turn right back around and dilute the foundation down to make like a tinted moisturizer to give a more even coverage and to help further even the skin tone out. So yeah, that's that. These foundations are great. I really do love them. It was an awesome investment. Once again, there are 3 palettes: cool, warm, neutral. Yeah, cool, warm, and neutral. You can get these from Graftobian. I'll get the link to the website and I'll put them down there for you guys to check out if you want to. If you have any questions or if you would like to see swatches of some of the foundations, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that for you guys. Also, please thumbs up this video if you'd like to see more videos concerning staples and good things to have in your kit as a freelance makeup artist. If you have any questions, please feel free to holler at your girl. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out in any way that I can. So until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Be blessed.